Sometimes my ideas are bigger than my ability. I'm fearful this is one of those times. I had this idea. That's a Fabergé egg picture I have there with kind of that crisscross grid pattern. I had this idea to make the remaining part of the egg, other than the decoupage picture of the two little sisters, look like that. Well, if that isn't hard enough to draw and lay out, then I also, in the lines that I'm creating there, I wanted to use some copper foil. Well, if you've ever worked with copper foil, you know you have to have an adhesive behind that to get the foil to stick. And I was thinking to myself, okay, I know I can't, paint straight lines very well with glue for the foiling. What can I use? So I'm going to back up here and show you the little test that I did that I found, okay, this will work. Another area of crafting that I enjoy is scrapbooking, making journals, things like that. So I have a lot of those types of supplies, to include this double-sided tape roll. And I actually have several rolls of it. And I was thinking, okay, if I could lay down the tape, then pull that top strip back, I have an adhesive strip. Will copper foil adhere to that? So I grabbed some of the tape, laid it down on just a scrap piece of cardboard there. The hardest part was trying to get that white top strip off. I don't have any fingernails anymore. I cut them all off. But after doing that, I used just some copper foil I had in my stash. It's not what I'm going to use on the egg, but to test it, I just grabbed that until what I'm going to use comes in. And it did work. So now I had a plan. But as you're going to see, that plan was very hard to execute. Additionally, that tape doesn't want to curve. And then trying to figure out, how do I measure this? It looks like a perfect diamond that's a square if you turn it on its side in the center of the Fabergé egg, and then it does change shape as it goes to the top and the bottom because you're curving your lines and the little diamonds get smaller and a little more distorted. So I don't know how this is going to go. We'll see. When picking the sheen level of a top coat, I have to consider what I want it to do for me. If it's just sheen level, that's easy. You can go with flat or matte or satin or semi-gloss or high gloss. And in this instance, I chose a high gloss. Aside from affecting the color of the paint, the higher the gloss, the lighter the color appears to the eye because it's reflecting more light. Flatter sheens are less durable and less washable than shinier finishes. Of course, you're not going to be washing this. And I used a higher gloss in this case because it is more durable and I wanted to be able to sand it. When you have a decoupage paper that is large with a lot of, well, I had to tear it in several places. That's a little more noticeable. I wanted to be able to sand it. And additionally, I'm going to be doing some painting over this decoupage, adding to it with thicker paints, thicker acrylics. So I wanted to put on a top coat first. As you can see, I haven't removed the double-sided tape yet because I need to do what I'm going to do in the areas that don't have the tape. And I'm not going to just straight paint it first. I actually want a little bit of a texture. So I am using DecoArt's sand paste, sand texture paste. And I will stipple that on, let it dry, and then paint it. My mama, who is an incredible artist, although she's 90 now and can't do all the things that she used to be able to do, but she taught me well. And one of the things she said to me years and years and years ago is if there's something that you like that you want to copy, to emulate, pay attention to the detail and copy the style. Maybe you're copying the color mix, maybe it's just the actual design. Okay, well, let's take a look at this egg again. If you look closely at the green areas, it appears to have a texture, right? Now, it almost looks like dotted Swiss material. It's not material, of course, but it looks that way. Well, I think the texture sand paste is going to give me a little bit of that look. So here we go. As you could probably tell from the previous couple of clips, using squeeze tubes like cake decorating is not my forte. In addition to that, the Pentart contour lines, the viscosity of the product is not super thick, and so as it dries it flattens out. And I was not getting things that looked like vines, twigs, whatever with leaves on them, like in the picture of the Fabergé egg. So after the contour liner dried, I decided I've got to give it more 3D relief. So using the DecoArt paintable texture paste inside a pastry bag, cutting the little tip off pretty small, I added to what I had already done, trying to make them look more like leaves and stems. Well, we're approaching the finish line. I thought it'd be fun to play a little ditty that's one of my favorite songs from an old movie, White Christmas. It's about sisters. It doesn't really fit the theme of this egg other than that it's about sisters. So, I hope you enjoy it. And remember, please like, subscribe, comment, share. It really helps my channel. And I really, really appreciate you watching.
Sisters, sisters, there were never such devoted sisters. Never had to have a chaperone, no sir. I'm here to keep my eye on her, caring, sharing every little thing that we are wearing. When a certain gentleman arrived from Rome, she wore the dress and I stayed home. All kinds of weather, we stick together, the same in the rain or sun. Two different faces, but in tight places, we think and we act as one. Those who seen us know that not a thing can come between us. Many men have tried to split us up, but no one can. Lord, help the mister who comes between me and my sister. And Lord, help the sister who comes between me and my man. All kinds of weather, we stick together, the same in the rain or sun. Two different faces, but in tight places, we think and we act as one. Those who've seen us know that not a thing could come between us. Many men have tried to split us up, but no one can. Lord, help the mister who comes between me and my sister. And Lord, help the sister who comes between me and my man.